My wife's text read, "Took 20K from our joint account for my business. Don't be selfish about it." I wrote back, "Okay." Then I withdrew the remaining $85,000 and closed the account. Next week, her business partner was threatening to sue her for the missing investment money. Original post at 35 male, got the text from my wife, Melissa, 33, while I was in a meeting last Tuesday. Been married 7 years, together for 10. We both work. I'm in IT consulting, making about $140,000. She's in marketing, making around $65,000. The joint account was our house fund. We'd been saving for a down payment for 5 years, had $105,000 in there. Our dream was to finally stop renting and buy something decent. Her text, "Hey babe, took $20 from the joint for my business opportunity with Vanessa. This is gonna be huge. Don't be selfish about it. This benefits both of us. Love you." I stared at my phone. $20,000. Just taken. No discussion, no asking. Just informing me after the fact and calling me selfish preemptively. I typed back one word, "Okay." Then I excused myself from the meeting, drove straight to the bank. See, the account was joint, meaning either of us could withdraw everything, which is exactly what I did. Withdrew the remaining $85,000 in a cashier's check, closed the account, opened a new one in my name only, and deposited the money. Took maybe 45 minutes total. That evening, Melissa came home bubbling with excitement. "Babe, did you see my text? Vanessa and I are finally launching our consulting firm. We're going to help small businesses with their social media presence." "I saw it," I said, not looking up from my laptop. "The 20K is just our initial investment. Vanessa's putting in the same. We're getting office space, equipment, everything. Cool." She paused. "You're not mad?" "You said don't be selfish, so I'm not being selfish." She hugged me. "I knew you'd understand. This is going to change our lives." Yeah, just not how she thought. 3 days passed. Then Friday afternoon, I get a call. Melissa, screaming, "What did you do to our account?" I closed it. "You what? Where's the money?" "In my account." "Your account?" "That was our money." "Was it? Because you took 20K without asking me. Seemed like you thought it was your money." "I needed to pay Vanessa. The office lease is due Monday. We have contracts to sign. Should have thought about that before taking 20 grand without a discussion. Put it back. Now." "No." She hung up. 20 minutes later, she's home, Vanessa in tow. Vanessa Rogers, 31F, her best friend since college. Self-proclaimed entrepreneur who's failed at 4 businesses in 5 years. Vanessa immediately starts. "Daniel, this is ridiculous. Melissa and I have a legitimate business. You're sabotaging your wife's dreams." "Vanessa, did Melissa tell you she took that money without asking me? It's marital money. She doesn't need permission. And I don't need permission to protect the remaining funds from being stolen for another one of your failed ventures." "Melissa, how dare you? This is different. We have a business plan." "Show me." "What?" "The business plan, market research, financial projections, client contracts. Show me." Silence. "We don't need to justify ourselves to you." "No, but you needed my money apparently." Melissa started crying. "You're destroying my future, our future. You destroyed our house fund for a business you haven't even planned. That money took us 5 years to save." "I'll pay it back." "With what? The profits from a business that doesn't exist?" They left after more screaming. Melissa went to stay with her sister Courtney, but the real fun hadn't even started yet. Update 1. Monday morning, I get a call from an unknown number. It's Vanessa's business lawyer. Apparently she has one despite 4 failed businesses. "Mr. Thompson? This is Gregory Matthews. I represent VR Consulting. There seems to be a misunderstanding about investment funds." "No misunderstanding. My wife stole money from our joint account. I protected the rest. She had authorization to access those funds. And I had authorization to withdraw them, which I did." "Mr. Thompson, my client has signed contracts based on promised investment capital. If that capital isn't delivered, she'll sue Melissa for breach of contract." I actually laughed. "Good luck with that. Melissa has about $2,000 in her personal account. Then we'll come after marital assets." "Please do. I'd love to explain to a judge how my wife stole $20 for a non-existent business without my knowledge or consent." He hung up. Tuesday. Melissa's sister Courtney starts texting me. "You're being petty and childish. Marriage is about compromise." Compromise involves discussion, not theft. She's your wife, not some stranger. Which makes the betrayal worse, not better. She's talking about divorce if you don't return the money. Tell her to go ahead. I have screenshots of her text admitting to taking money without permission and calling me selfish for potentially objecting. Then Wednesday, the real entertainment began. Vanessa, in her infinite wisdom, had already signed a lease for office space. $3,500 a month for some trendy spot downtown. She'd told the landlord the deposit and first month's rent would be paid Monday. When it wasn't, he called her. She blamed Melissa. Then she made the brilliant decision to post about it on LinkedIn. When business partners don't follow through on their commitments, real entrepreneurs pivot and overcome. Despite my partner failing to provide promised capital after I'd already committed my $20K, VR consulting will rise. Entrepreneur, never give up. She tagged Melissa. Melissa called me crying. Vanessa's telling everyone I'm a fraud. She's ruining my reputation. You ruined it yourself when you became a thief. I'm not a thief. It was our money, which you took without asking. That's literally theft. I'm your wife. My wife wouldn't steal from me. Thursday brought Melissa's parents into it. Roger and Diane. They've always spoiled her. Roger called. Daniel, what's this about you taking all the money? I didn't take anything. I moved funds from a compromised account to a secure one. Melissa says you're holding $85,000 hostage, the same way she held our future her house hostage for her whim. She's trying to build something, with my money and no business plan. Diane got on. Sweetie, just give her what she needs for the business. It's only money. Only money. Diane, we saved for 5 years. Melissa threw away 20% of it in a text message. You're being vindictive. I'm being protective. If she can take $20 today, what's stopping her from taking another $20K tomorrow? She wouldn't do that. I thought she wouldn't do it the first time, yet here we are. Friday, Vanessa escalates. She sends me a formal demand letter. She wants $50,000, the $20K Melissa promised, plus $30K in damages for lost business opportunities and reputation harm. I forward it to my lawyer buddy James. He laughs for 5 minutes straight. This is comedy gold. She has no standing to sue you. Zero. Nada. What about Melissa? She could sue Melissa for the $20 if there was a written agreement. But getting blood from a stone and all that. That evening, Melissa comes home. First time since the blow-up. She looks rough. Dan, we need to talk. Okay. Vanessa says if I don't pay her by Monday, she's suing me. That's between you and Vanessa. I need the money. No. She'll destroy me. She knows everyone in the industry. Should have thought about that before you took money you couldn't afford to lose. I can afford it. The money's right there in your account. My money, your debt. She tried a different approach. Soft voice, touching my arm. Baby, remember when we started that account? Our dreams? Our future house? I remember. I also remember you destroying it with a text message. I made a mistake, but crushing my career isn't the answer. Your mistake, your consequences. You're really going to let your wife get sued? You're really asking me to pay for your theft? Update 2 Monday came. Vanessa sued Melissa, not for $20K, for $45,000, the missing $20K plus damages. Melissa was served at her work, in front of her coworkers. She called me hysterical. I'm being sued at my job. Consequences. This is your fault. How? I didn't take $20K without permission. I didn't promise money to Vanessa. You could stop this. I could, but I won't. Tuesday, her job gets involved. Apparently being sued at work for fraud, Vanessa's creative term, doesn't look great. HR had a meeting with Melissa about maintaining professional standards and potential reputation risks to the company. She came home that night defeated. I might lose my job. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate? Unfortunate? Dan, please, I'm begging you. You didn't beg before taking the money. I thought you'd support me. I would have if you'd asked, if you'd discussed, if you'd shown me literally any planning or forethought. So you're just gonna watch me burn? I'm gonna watch you face consequences. Wednesday, Roger shows up at my work. Security calls me down. We need to talk man to man, he says. Okay. My daughter is being destroyed. You took an oath to protect her. She took an oath to honor me. How honored do you think I felt getting that text? She made a mistake, and she's facing the consequences. This could ruin her career. Her choice ruined her career. I'll pay you back the $20 if you give her money for Vanessa. You want to pay me back with my own money? It would come from me. Roger, if you have $20 to spare, give it to Melissa yourself. I don't have it liquid. Neither did we, until she liquefied it without asking. He left angry. Thursday was beautiful. Vanessa, in her infinite wisdom, decided to escalate on social media. Posted on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. The works. Full victim mode. When someone you trust in business betrays that trust, it hurts. When they promise investment capital, let you sign contracts based on that promise, then leave you hanging, it's devastating. But I'll recover. VR Consulting will rise despite Melissa Thompson's betrayal. Business ethics betrayal. She included screenshots of their text exchanges, where Melissa promised the money, where she said she'd taken it from our account, where she said I'd understand because he loves me. The internet did what the internet does. People found Melissa's profiles. The comments were brutal. So you stole from your husband and betrayed your business partner? This is why contracts exist. Sounds like you're both terrible at business. Melissa deactivated all her social media that night. Friday morning, her company puts her on administrative leave pending a review. Apparently, the social media drama was the last straw. She's sitting on the couch when I get home, laptop open, crying. I'm suspended. Probably fired. I'm sorry to hear that. No, you're not. You're right, I'm not. How did we get here, Dan? We were happy. We were. Then you decided $20,000 was worth more than my trust. It wasn't like that. It was exactly like that. You took money, without asking, then told me not to be selfish about it. I was excited. I thought you'd be excited too, about you stealing from our house fund for another one of Vanessa's scams. It wasn't a scam. 5 failed businesses in 5 years. What would you call it? This time was different. How? You still had no business plan, no market research, no clients, nothing but Vanessa's word. She's quiet for a while. Then, I need a lawyer. Probably. I can't afford one. There's $85,000 in my account. Dan? What? You want me to pay for a lawyer to defend you from the consequences of stealing from me? When you put it like that? How else should I put it? Final update. It's been 3 weeks since Vanessa sued Melissa. Here's where we ended up. Melissa got fired. The combination of being sued for fraud, even though it was a civil matter, the social media disaster, and being served at work was too much for her company. They gave her 2-week severance and wished her luck. The lawsuit was settled last week. Since Melissa had no money and no job, Vanessa accepted $5,000 to go away. Where did Melissa get $5,000? She sold her car, her prized BMW that she loved more than anything. Sold it for way under value because she needed cash fast. But here's the kicker. Vanessa's business never materialized. The office space she'd signed a lease for, she got sued by that landlord for breaking the lease. Turns out her 20-guy investment was mostly debt and wishful thinking. She's now facing eviction from her apartment because she can't pay rent. Roger and Diane finally gave Melissa money, not for the lawsuit, but for living expenses. She's staying with them now. We're getting divorced. The divorce is interesting. She tried to claim she should get half the $85,000 in my account. My lawyer pointed out that she'd already taken $20,000 without permission and had text evidence admitting to it. She tried to claim I was financially abusive for cutting her off. Judge wasn't buying it. Final settlement. She gets her personal belongings, her debt from the lawsuit, and $10,000 from the house fund. I keep the remaining $75,000 in my sanity. She texted me last night, "I hope you're happy. You destroyed my life over money." I responded, "You destroyed your own life over money. I just refused to pay for the demolition." She sent back, "I loved you. You loved my bank account. That's not fair. Neither was taking $20K without asking. I'll never forgive you for this. I'll never forgive you either." Guess we're even. Haven't heard from her since. For those wondering if I feel bad, I don't. She made a conscious decision to take money without discussing it with me. Not $200, not $2,000, $20,000. Then had the audacity to call me selfish for potentially having an issue with it. The marriage was over the moment she sent that text. Not because of the money, but because of the entitlement. The assumption that she could do whatever she wanted with our shared resources, and I just accept it. The manipulation of calling me selfish before I even responded. I'm keeping the apartment. Started looking at houses. Ironically, $75,000 is enough for a down payment on a decent place for just me. Smaller than what we planned, but it'll be mine. My lawyer says the divorce should be final in about 2 months. Melissa's still unemployed, still living with her parents, still blaming me for everything. Vanessa's facing bankruptcy and has started another business, selling essential oils on Facebook. Some mutual friends think I went too far. They say I should have just given her the money for Vanessa and worked it out. But here's the thing, if I'd done that, what would stop her from taking $30 next time? Or $40K? When someone shows you they'll take advantage of your trust, believe them. The house fund is slowly growing again. My credit's intact, my job's secure, my peace of mind is returning. Melissa's mom called one last time trying to guilt me. She was trying to build a future for both of you. No, Diane, she was gambling with our present for her fantasy, and she lost. You could have been supportive. Support requires communication. She skipped that part. She'll never recover from this. Then maybe next time she'll think before she takes. That's it. That's the whole story. Don't steal from people, even if you're married to them. Don't make unilateral decisions with joint resources, and definitely don't call someone selfish while you're actively robbing them. Peace out. Reddit, edit, to everyone saying, you should have talked it out. She took $20 via text message. The time for talking was before that, and she chose not to. I just matched her energy.